The urge to adjust appears quickly. Something feels slightly off. Progress doesn't look the way you expected. Energy shifts. And the instinct is immediate. Change something. Refine the plan. Make a small correction. Adjustment feels intelligent, responsive, engaged. It feels like staying involved. But the urge to tweak rarely comes from information. It comes from discomfort. From sitting inside a system that hasn't finished responding yet and wanting relief from that waiting. Not every signal deserves a response. Some signals are just noise passing through the system. Mood changes, daily fluctuations, temporary resistance. When you're close to the work, these feel meaningful. So you react. But reaction trains instability. Each adjustment resets the system before it can express anything clearly. You interrupt cause and effect mid-sentence. Real feedback has weight. It repeats. It persists. It shows up in patterns, not spikes. Noise is loud but inconsistent. If you adjust every time something feels off, you never gather enough data to know what's actually happening. Discomfort is not feedback, it's sensation. And sensation is persuasive. Discomfort tells you something is unfamiliar, unsettled, not yet integrated. That does not mean it's wrong. Most meaningful systems feel uncomfortable before they feel effective. Signal behaves differently. It returns in the same place, under the same conditions, despite consistency. Discomfort fluctuates. Signal persists. Learning requires staying long enough to tell which one you're dealing with. If you adjust every time you feel uneasy, you confuse sensation for instruction. Over-optimization looks like discipline, refinement, precision, attention to detail. But optimization too early collapses learning. You begin fixing problems before they fully revealed themselves. You smooth out rough edges that were meant to teach you something. A system needs time to show its tendencies. Over-optimization interrupts that expression. Nothing stabilizes. Nothing declares itself clearly. You don't learn what works because nothing is allowed to run long enough to fail or succeed cleanly. Stability requires tolerance for temporary inefficiency. There is a specific discipline in not adjusting, not stubbornness, not blind persistence, restraint. Restraint from tweaking, restraint from reacting, restraint from improving something that hasn't finished unfolding. Holding steady allows patterns to surface. It lets cause and effect connect without interference. This feels passive. It isn't. It's an active decision to let the system speak for itself. You don't learn by constantly correcting. You learn by observing what happens when you don't. Knowing when not to adjust is not a rule you memorize. It's a skill you develop by staying long enough to see consequences. Most pivots happen too early, not because the original direction was wrong, but because it was never allowed to finish expressing itself. Restraint doesn't mean never changing. It means changing after understanding.